Come along with me as we explore the Bible and uncover the powerful, overarching story that ties everything together. If you're anything like me, you've probably heard bits and pieces of Bible stories throughout your life, but never had the chance to step back and see how it all connects. Have you ever wondered how these individual stories and characters come together to form one grand narrative? Let's dig in and discover the bigger picture. The Bible is more than just a book. It's a transformative force that has shaped cultures, beliefs, and even the course of history for centuries. Its influence on religion, literature, and art is undeniable, and its legacy continues to resonate today. From breathtaking works of art to timeless music, from classic literature to iconic films, the Bible's themes and stories have sparked some of the most creative and thought-provoking masterpieces in human history. But what is it about the Bible that makes it so extraordinary? What hidden truths lie within its pages, captivating generations of readers and creators alike? One of the reasons the Bible continues to hold such relevance today is its remarkable ability to speak to people from every corner of life. Whether you're a devoted believer or a curious skeptic, the Bible's stories and teachings have a unique way of tapping into our deepest hopes, fears, and desires. From the gripping, dramatic narratives of the Old Testament to the profound, life-changing teachings of the New, the Bible stands as an unparalleled source of wisdom, insight, and inspiration. Yet despite its profound significance, many remain unfamiliar with the richness of its pages. The Bible is an expansive and intricate collection, made up of 66 distinct books, written by dozens of authors from diverse cultural backgrounds over many centuries. It's not just a single narrative, but a rich tapestry of texts, carefully compiled and edited to create the scripture we hold today. The oldest writings date back to around 1200 BCE, while the most recent were penned in the late 1st century CE, making it a remarkable journey through time and human experience. But how much do we truly know about these books? What stories lie within their pages, and what powerful messages do they offer? Are they simply forgotten relics of a distant past, or do they hold timeless truths that still have the power to inspire, challenge, and guide us in the world we live in today? Let's break it down from the start. The Bible is split into two major sections, the Old Testament with 39 books and the New Testament with 27. The Old Testament unfolds the story of the Israelites, taking us on a journey from the creation of the world all the way through to the Babylonian exile. Meanwhile, the New Testament shifts its focus to the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, a story that reshaped the course of history. In the Old Testament, we encounter books like Genesis, which takes us through the awe-inspiring story of creation and the beginnings of humanity. Then there's Exodus, recounting the Israelites' dramatic and daring escape from slavery in Egypt. And let's not forget Psalms, a collection of some of the most beautiful and soul-stirring poetry in the entire Bible. But what about the New Testament? What stories, teachings, and life-changing messages await us there? In the New Testament, we discover books like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, which bring to life the incredible story of Jesus' ministry and the impact he had on the world. Then there's Acts, which chronicles the birth of the early Christian church and the rapid spread of Christianity. And books like Romans dive deep into the foundations of Christian theology, exploring the heart of the faith. But what about the other books of the Bible? What about the often overlooked Leviticus, or the compelling stories in Judges, or the powerful prophecies of Amos? Let's dive deeper into a few of these often overlooked books. In Leviticus, we get a detailed glimpse into the Israelites' sacred worship practices, from the intricate rituals and sacrifices to the festivals that marked their spiritual life. In Judges, we meet legendary heroes like Deborah and Samson, who rose to lead the Israelites in fierce battles against their enemies, embodying strength and courage in the face of adversity. And in Amos, we hear a powerful prophetic voice that challenges society, calling for justice, compassion, and a return to righteousness in a world plagued by inequality and greed. But what about the New Testament? What unforgettable stories and life-changing teachings await us there? In Matthew, we encounter the Sermon on the Mount, one of the most profound and widely known teachings in all of Scripture. In Mark, we follow Jesus on his intense, dramatic journey to the cross, where sacrifice and love meet in the ultimate act of redemption. And in Luke, we experience the heartwarming story of Jesus' birth, a cherished narrative that has become the foundation of Christmas celebrations worldwide. As we dig deeper into the Bible, we begin to uncover its most powerful and transformative themes. We encounter stories of love and sacrifice, courage and perseverance, hope and redemption, each one speaking to the human heart. The Bible challenges us with teachings on forgiveness, mercy, and compassion, urging us to live with generosity and selflessness. At the same time, it offers stern warnings about the perils of pride, greed, and exploitation, reminding us of the critical importance of humility, integrity, and justice in our lives. One of the biggest misconceptions about the Bible is that it's just a random collection of stories, an ancient anthology filled with fairy tales and historical accounts. But this couldn't be further from the truth. The Bible is a carefully crafted, intentional collection of texts that tells one unified, cohesive story. While this story is spread out across different genres, authors, and time periods, which can make it challenging to see the bigger picture, something incredible happens when we step back. We begin to uncover patterns, themes, and connections that reveal a grand narrative woven through every page. One of the most crucial things to grasp about the Bible is that it's not just a collection of isolated events. It's a grand narrative that unfolds over time. This story is rich, layered, and full of complexity, and uncovering its deeper meaning takes some effort. Understanding the Bible's overarching narrative is essential because it's the key to unlocking its true significance. When we treat the Bible as a series of disconnected stories, we miss the depth and richness that come from seeing it as a unified whole. This narrative isn't just a dry historical record. It's a living, dynamic story that speaks directly to the human experience. It tackles life's biggest questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What's the point of it all? Offering insights that still resonate today. At its heart, the Bible's narrative tells the story of creation, fall, redemption, and restoration. It's a journey that begins with the birth of humanity and stretches all the way to the ultimate victory of good over evil. This is not just a story of the past, it's a powerful narrative that speaks to the hopes, struggles, and future of all humanity. The story of creation lays the foundation for everything that comes after. It's a tale of a perfect world, where humanity lives in complete harmony with God and each other. But that perfect world is soon shattered by the fall, a catastrophic event that sets humanity on a path of sin and rebellion. The fall is a pivotal moment in the Bible's narrative, marking the shift from innocence to a world gripped by sin and suffering. It's a world where evil seems to have the upper hand, and humanity is left grappling with its consequences. Yet, even amid the darkness, the Bible offers a powerful message of hope, a message of redemption through God's love and grace, which reaches out to humanity, offering a way back to the peace and purity of the garden. This message of redemption runs like a thread through the entire Bible, from the stories of the patriarchs to the powerful prophecies of the prophets. But it's in the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ that this message reaches its ultimate climax, the pivotal turning point in the Bible's narrative. This is the moment when God's plan of redemption is fully revealed, offering humanity not just forgiveness, but a completely new way of living, rooted in love, grace, and transformation. Through Jesus, God demonstrates his love and mercy and offers humanity a way to be reconciled to himself. It's a message that's both personal and cosmic, speaking to the deepest longings of the human heart. The story of Jesus is undeniably the heart of the Bible's narrative, and for good reason. It's a story that transforms humanity's relationship with God, offering a radical new way to live in the world. At its core, the Bible's narrative reveals God's character, his divine purpose, and his ultimate plan for humanity. It's a story that unveils God's love, justice, and mercy, offering a powerful message of hope and redemption that speaks directly to our world today. But the Bible isn't just a collection of stories and teachings. It's also a source of deep controversy and ongoing debate. For centuries, scholars and theologians have wrestled with its interpretation, and many of its books remain shrouded in mystery and uncertainty. Consider the Apocrypha, a set of texts included in some Bibles but excluded from others, What role do they play in the overall narrative? Or the Gnostic Gospels, which offer alternative accounts of Jesus' life and teachings? How do these challenge or complement the Bible's message? As we dive deeper into the complexities of the Bible, it becomes clear that its interpretation isn't simply a matter of personal opinion. Instead, it's a rich, ongoing dialogue that spans across scholars, theologians, and faith communities around the globe. Within this conversation, we encounter a wide range of perspectives, with some denominations emphasizing the Bible's literal truth, while others focus on its metaphorical and symbolic meanings, each approach offering its own unique insight into the text. Despite these debates, many scholars and theologians remain dedicated to unraveling the Bible's complexities. They understand that interpreting the Bible is not a fixed or final process, but rather a dynamic, ever-evolving conversation. This journey demands humility, openness, and a deep willingness to listen, learn, and approach the text with a spirit of discovery. So how do we navigate these challenges? How do we approach the Bible's complexities in a way that fosters understanding and unity, rather than division and conflict? One approach is to engage in respectful dialogue, taking the time to listen to different viewpoints and genuinely considering the perspectives of others. Another valuable approach is to explore the historical and cultural contexts in which the Bible was written, recognizing that its authors were deeply influenced by the time and place in which they lived, which can illuminate the meaning behind the text. As we dive deeper into the Bible, we begin to truly grasp its profound significance, not just for individuals, but for society as a whole. We see that its stories, teachings, and themes have the power to inspire, guide, and challenge us, pushing us to question our assumptions and broaden our understanding. While its influence on art, literature, and music is widely recognized, we come to realize that its greatest impact lies in its ability to transform our lives, shape our values, and offer a timeless framework for how we live and relate to one another. So, what's the takeaway from our journey through the Bible? What have we discovered, and how can we apply its timeless insights to our own lives? First and foremost, we've learned that the Bible is a deeply complex and multifaceted book, brimming with stories, teachings, and themes that have the power to inspire, challenge, and guide us. We've also come to understand that its interpretation isn't a static or final process. Rather, it's a dynamic, ongoing conversation that calls for humility, openness, and a genuine willingness to listen, learn, and grow. Finally, I want to encourage you to dive deeper into the Bible for yourself, to explore its complexities, tackle the controversies, and engage with its message on a personal level. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to share them in the comments below. If you're eager to learn more about the Bible, or if you're interested in exploring more biblical themes or character studies, be sure to check out some of my other videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey through the history of the Bible.